What pictures come to mind when you think of the end of the world? Same family of asteroids that killed dinosaurs? A worldwide conflict? What about aliens? What if we told you a bigger menace lurks underneath our planet? Many volcanoes on Earth contain masses of magma bubbling away and seeking escape. Most people are ignorant of them, even though they may destroy society. Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we are going to talk about top 10 supervolcanoes that could destroy the world. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. Mount Vesuvius. Mount Vesuvius on Italy's west coast is Europe's only active volcano. Although most known for the AD 79 eruption that destroyed Pompeii and Herculaneum, Vesuvius has erupted over 50 times. Vesuvius was 4,203 feet tall in 2013. Between the cone and Mount Summa is the Val del Gigante. Mount Vesuvius is one of the most dangerous volcanoes due to its proximity to Naples and other communities. Explosive eruptions and pyroclastic flows make the volcano a difficult stratovolcano. Pyroclastic flows are thick mixtures of hot lava rocks, pumice, ash, and volcanic gas, according to the USGS. Campi Flegrei, Stromboli, and Vesuvius comprise the Campanian volcanic arc. The Campanian arc is where the African plate is subducted beneath the Eurasian plate. Number 9. Mount Merapi. Mount Merapi is a volcanic summit near Java, Indonesia. The volcano lies south of Semarang and around 20 miles, 32 kilometers, north of Yogyakarta. Merapi, the Mountain of Fire, is 9,551 feet, 2,911 meters, tall with steep slopes and lush vegetation. This is the most active of Indonesia's 130 volcanoes. One of its greatest eruptions in 1006 set ash throughout central Java. Further major eruptions occurred in 1786, 1822, 1872, 1930, and 1976. Nearly half of Merapi's eruptions have produced nues ardens, or pyroclastic flows. The November 22, 1994 eruption's pyroclastic flow killed 64 people. Late 2010 volcanic eruptions with pyroclastic flows left tens of thousands homeless and hundreds dead or wounded. The volcano erupted numerous times between 2013 and 2023. Number 8. Mount Pinatubo. The Philippines' Mount Pinatubo exploded on June 15, 1991, the second largest of the century. It happened in the Philippines. The Pinatubo eruption, the largest in 100 years, dumped hundreds of miles of volcanic ash and caused high-speed pyroclastic flows in a densely populated area. At the height of the eruption, Typhoon Unia produced floods and fast-moving lahars within 75 kilometers of the volcano. Mount Pinatubo's eruption and Typhoon Unia devastated the area. Ashfall and agricultural destruction directly affected 2 million people. The remaining damage includes land, agriculture, and forestry. Number 7. La Garita Caldera. The Garita crater is a large supervolcanic crater in the San Juan Mountains near Creede, southwest Colorado. One of Earth's largest volcanic eruptions created La Garita Caldera. Any caldera is formed from a major ignimbrite flare-up in Colorado, Utah, and Nevada 40 to 18 million years ago, including La Garita. In the Oligocene epoch, the caldera saw massive eruptions. In size, La Garita's volcanism was second in the Cenozoic era. Due to its volume of nearly 1,200 cubic miles, the volcano's ash flows, including the Fish Canyon Tuff. However, Mount St. Helens May 18, 1980. Explosion was 0.25 cubic miles. Number 6. Lake Taupo. Lake Taupo is the caldera of the huge rhyolitic supervolcano Taupo on New Zealand's North Island. The Taupo volcano is part of the Taupo volcanic zone, which runs from Ruapehu in the south to White Island in the Bay of Plenty. The 26,500-year-old late Pleistocene Oroanui eruption was the most important. During one of New Zealand's biggest eruptions, 430 cubic kilometers of pyroclastic fall deposits, 320 cubic kilometers of density current deposits, mostly ignimbrite, and 420 cubic kilometers, 100 cubic miles, of primary intracaldera material, which is the same as 530 cubic kilometers of magma, were formed. Number 5. Mount Agung. The active volcano known as Mount Agung, which is also referred to as Gunung Agung, may be found on the island of Bali, which is part of the Indonesian island system. The peak, which is located at an elevation of 9,944 feet, is the highest point on the island of Bali. A series of repeated eruptions over a protracted period of time formed Mount Agung, a stratovolcano. Andesite lava, volcanic breccia, volcanic ash, and pyroclastic debris have all been created as a result of several eruptions that have contributed to the formation of the stratovolcano. Nearly 1 million people who live within a 20-mile radius of Mount Agung are exposed to a variety of volcanic risks, including the possibility of fatal eruptions. Mount Agung provides a variety of volcanic dangers. With a rating of VEI 5 on the Volcanic Explosivity Index, the eruption that occurred at Mount Agung in 1963 to 1964 was one of the most significant volcanic eruptions that occurred during the 20th century. Number 4. Mount Rainier. Composite stratovolcano Mount Rainier erupts periodically. Volcanic eruptions occurred 500 to 1 million years ago, with the most recent cycle ending 1,000 years ago. Over the past 500,000 years, Mount Rainier has erupted in huge and small volumes. Composite volcanoes build a tall cone from layers of lava and loose debris. Columbia Crest, now 14,410 feet above sea level on the lip of the newest lava cone, was likely formerly more than 1,000 feet above the mountain's lava flows on opposite sides. Explosions and landslides likely destroyed the volcano's cone's top. Mount Rainier's vast glacier system shaped the volcano's cone into a jagged form. Number 3. Mount Tambora. The Indonesian volcano Tambora is in Sumbawa. One of Mount Tambora's greatest eruptions in 10,000 years occurred in April 1815. Before the eruption, Tambora was 14,000 feet high. The eruption in 1815 destroyed much of its peak. It stands at 9,348 feet. Caldera currently sits where the top stood. 4 miles, 6 kilometers, broad and 4,101 feet deep. This crater is massive, a fast-moving cloud of hot rocks and gases spewed from Mount Tambora. It also caused tsunamis. These disasters killed 10,000 islanders and destroyed 35,000 homes. The weather was greatly affected by Tambora. Volcanic debris is mixed with air gases. This hides sunlight from Earth. Global temperatures declined to 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit, 3 degrees Celsius. Many crops died from lack of sun. Around 80,000 people died from hunger and illness. June, July, and August 1816 were termed the year without a summer abroad due to heavy snow and cold. This ruined crops and created starvation in Western Europe and Eastern North America. Number 2. Novarupta Volcano. Novarupta, a volcanic vent and lava dome in Katmai National Park and Preserve, Southern Alaska, is 841 meters high. A 60-hour-strong eruption on June 6, 1912, was the greatest volcanic explosion of the 20th century. In some spots, pyroclastic flows covered the V-shaped Knife Creek Valley with almost 200 meters of ash and rock, causing the latter to sink several hundred feet into an 800-meter crater. Number 1. Yellowstone Supervolcano. The Precambrian epoch covers much of Earth's history. These rocks are in northern Yellowstone, the Teton, Beartooth, Wind River, and Grosswinter mountain ranges. In the Precambrian, Paleozoic, and Mesozoic eras, seas, sand dunes, tidal flats, and vast plains blanketed the western U.S. Late Mesozoic to early Cenozoic mountain building processes formed the Rocky Mountains. Glaciers, faulting, volcanism, and mountain building during the Cenozoic era sculpted Yellowstone. That's a wrap on the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.